has been paid for by
the ENN podcast.
He has a good energy, you guys.
Yeah. Can you believe it?
Sports.
Can you feel it? Can you feel that excitement?
The merchandise, wearing the hats.
Chris Wild here live from Lincoln Finance.
And I'm telling you, if you let Eli Manning walk into that stadium and make you look stupid and get a Giants W.
Music.
Wow. Whoa. Shit.
And more.
What's his next book going to be called? Spineless?
Mike.
I'm trying to breathe here. Trying to breathe, guys. Welcome back to another episode of the ENM podcast. Depending on how this internet connection is, I'm professional wrestler Chris Wild, live at Studios Bar 4133. And all I can do is breathe because, you know, look, coming into this season, I told myself there's no expectations, right? Rookie head coach, pretty much a rookie quarterback. I mean, there should be no expectations. None. Everything's new. Young coaching staff. Everything's new. And then they play a little game in Atlanta, and the team looks really, really good, right? Like, oh my God, this team could win the division. This team, wild card at worst. And read the shirt, guys. That's where I'm at right now. That's where I'm at. I wish I had the room to stand up in here because I don't know if I can do this sitting down. But that's where I'm at with this football team right now. This today was an absolute disaster. Like, this was a laughing stock. This was a joke of a football game. I can't even begin to tell you how embarrassed I am to be an Eagles fan. And again, this is a season with no expectations. This is a complete rebuild. We all get that. We all understand that. However, I cannot keep watching these games and seeing these simple mistakes that just a fan like myself sees. I mean, I'm a nobody. I'm a fan. I'm not a coach. I've never played the game on a pro level. I've never played the game on a collegiate level. So how can I see these things? But this coaching staff that's getting paid, some millions of dollars are sitting there letting this happen. Jeffrey Lurie, owner of the Philadelphia Eagles, your team lost today to the Las Vegas Raiders, a team that, for one, and again, Raiders fans, I don't give a shit if you troll me in the comments. I don't care if you call me a hater. I don't give a shit what you want to say. This is a team that doesn't – how many times have they been moved in the history of their franchise? Oakland, L.A., Vegas. What's next? Idaho? Like, where are you going to go next? Like, it's a team that's not very good. They're not. They're a 4-2, now 5-2 team that is not like in the upper echelon of NFL teams. Their coach, who is an absolute, their former coach, who is an absolute spineless pig of a human being, resigns a couple weeks ago. Their special teams coach is now their head coach, and we can't even beat them. Jeffrey Lurie, we cannot even beat this football team. You had fans come from all over the country, go to Vegas, had a great time. I hope they won. I hope they won on blackjack. I hope they played the slot machines and won. I hope those Eagles fans had something good to take away, because this football team, if we're even going to call them that at this point, this group of individuals, this group of millionaires, came out and gave you shit. They gave you absolute shit, and I don't know who to blame. You know, usually it's really easy to pick somebody to blame from a game, right? I mean, it could be anybody. Most of the time, it's the quarterback. Most of the time, it's the head coach. I have no fucking idea. I have absolutely no idea. And look, if you guys are watching, please, if you want to hit me up with some super chats, that would be much appreciated, because since I said fucking, this video will not be monetized. Melvin Gilmore, ugly is not even the word for what we're dealing with right now. You know, right now I'd be watching Seth Joyner and the guys on Post Game Live, but I know what they're going to say, and I can't even stomach to watch any more of this content. It's absolutely, to me, I've seen some bad Eagle seasons, man. We all have. I mean, the last Andy Reid season was bad. The last Chip Kelly season was even kind of bad. I remember Sammy Sleeves throwing the football. This is horrible. This is absolutely horrible. And, oh, man, listen, TJ, I'm going to get to this. The linebackers, the linebackers are absolutely some of the worst linebackers I've ever seen. Alex Singleton is a friend of the show. And I'm sorry, but he's playing like absolute dog shit. He's a good special teams guy, but he's not a starting NFL linebacker. Let's just be honest with each other here. He's just not. Great guy. Just shout out to Nicole that's watching this. But I got to be honest, man. Like, you have these bad linebackers, but the defense is set up. That too high safety is set up for a team that has good linebackers because they don't want any big plays going off. So you do the too high safety. So your linebackers have to be legit. These linebackers suck. Eric Wilson might be one of the worst linebackers I've ever seen. Davion Taylor, still to this day, I don't understand how you pick a guy in the third round. In the third round, a linebacker. You're a linebacker needy team. You pick him in the third round. He doesn't know how to play fucking football. He has no idea. He's lost in the lights. I'm 5'6", almost 200 pounds. I guarantee you right now, I will put my life on the line. I can play linebacker better than Davion Taylor can play linebacker. I would make tackles that he couldn't. This team is so bad defensively. If we're going to name somebody, to give the blame to, and look, share this video if you need to. If you're feeling the pain like I am, leave a comment if you want to. If you think I'm completely off base here, then so be it. But Jonathan Gannon coming into the season, go back into the archives here at Eagles News Now. I thought this guy was going to be an absolute stud. I thought, because I heard all the rumblings like everybody else. I heard, this is a guy that a lot of teams wanted as their defensive coordinator. This is a sought-out guy. This is a guy that future head coach. Head coach of what? I wouldn't trust this guy to coach my son's pee-wee football team. How in the hell do you watch Derek Carr? This is not Tom Brady. This is not Dak Prescott. This is not Patrick Mahomes. This is Derek Carr with a bad offensive line. How do you let this guy go the entire game looking like he wasn't even out of breath? Your front four are not getting to him. They're not even sniffing him. Wouldn't you bring a blitz? Wouldn't you say, you know what, screw this too high safety shit. We need to kind of get this quarterback off his game a little bit. No, not Jonathan Gannon. No, because Jonathan Gannon is an absolute coward. Kids, put your earmuffs on, because I'm going to say this right now. People at work, like Nicole, lower your volume, because Jonathan Gannon is a pussy. He is an absolute pussy of a defensive coordinator, because this guy, again, you're all game. You're watching this quarterback pick your team apart. Pick them apart. Nothing. No blitzes, no run blitzes. You're Kenyon Drake. Look, let's not even talk about the fact the Raiders were without their two biggest weapons. Darren Waller didn't play. His backup looked like a superstar. His backup looked like old school Rob Gronkowski out there. We couldn't stop him. These guys, they can't. It's embarrassing. Series after series after series after series after series after series. Trulies are being drank. I've got like, I don't know. I can't count how many I've got that I'm going to get through, because I'm just, you know what I mean? Like, and people look at me like I'm crazy. Here's the deal. They started off pretty decent, got worse. Figure I'll watch the Eagles. They might not win against the Raiders, but it's at least going to be a decent game, because the Raiders aren't that good. They're the Raiders. They're the Las Vegas Raiders. First off, Eagle fans took over that damn stadium today. They absolutely took over that damn stadium. And this is how the team responds. This is how the team responds. It is, oh man. No, I shouldn't be drinking Vizzy right now. No, it's truly today, because this is truly pathetic. I just can't. Offensively, let's go into the offense. First series, unbelievable, right? They were doing what we said. Under center, helmet to helmet, handoff, Miles Sanders, 5 or 6 plays. He's getting all the big yards, right? We're loving it. We're loving it. Jalen Hurts throws Kenny Gainwell, takes away that Miles Sanders touchdown from our fantasy team, but who cares? The Eagles are in the end zone, and the offense is looking like we thought it was going to look from day number 1. Here we go. Next offensive series. What happens? No, because the Raiders scored, of course, because our defense, I think they marched down the field 80 yards. I don't know. Second series, for whatever reason, the offense looks like it did against Tampa Bay and against Carolina. We're talking one-run, screen plays, fucking penalties, now 3rd and 13. I mean, come on, man. Jordan Mailata's my boy. Maybe he had a bad day. He got his ass whooped today. Lane Johnson left the game late. I don't know what his deal is. Miles Sanders ends up getting hurt. Who knows? It looks serious. I don't know, but he's probably done for at least a couple weeks. Boston Scott, again, my size. It looked like he had fresh legs. What do you have, 2 carries? Yeah, again, it's truly today. It's more of the suck. I hate the Cowboys are playing well. Well, you know what? And look, I can't. I hate the Cowboys. I really do. But I can't hate on that team, man. Because let's be honest, they did what Howie Roseman should have done. The Dallas Cowboys did. They drafted well. They've got a great offense. They've got a good defensive coordinator. Dan Quinn's a guy I said the Eagles should have hired. But what do I know, right? What do I know? A guy that put together that great Seattle defense, that took a team to the Super Bowl as a head coach. Why hire him? Let's hire this Jamoke. Let's hire Jonathan Gannon. I mean, come on, man. If you're Jeffrey Lurie and you're watching this shit every week, I get it. The team is not supposed to win. The team, even if they got into the playoffs, which they're not, by the way, after this week, they're not, was not going to win a championship. How can you continue to put this product on the field? Is Jalen Hurts the answer? Because I feel like I've absolutely destroyed Jonathan Gannon so far. I don't know. Let's talk about Jalen Hurts. The more I watch this guy, and I really love the human being Jalen Hurts. I love the press conference. I love his message. I love the fact that he's a leader. I don't know if he's the guy for this team. I'm trying to stick with him because the coaching's been so bad. Today, on the day, if you care about stats, which stats aren't shit, by the way, he was 18 for 34, 236, 2 touchdowns. I mean, again, one of those touchdowns was kind of a garbage time touchdown. Even though the end result was 33-22, it was not that close. Rushing attempts, once again, Jalen Hurts has the most rushing attempts at 13, followed by Miles Sanders, who left after, the first quarter. And then you had Boston Scott with 7, Gainwell at 5, and Jalen Reagor had some shitty carry at the end of the game. That's another guy. Let's talk about offensively. Let's talk about wide receivers. Quez Watkins, next to Devontae Smith, is probably the best wide receiver on this team, but he was invisible. Jalen Reagor caught that touchdown. Hell of a catch. Sorry, can't get excited for it because guess what? That's Jalen Reagor's first catch in 10 quarters. 10 quarters. 10. He is a first-round pick. 10 quarters of football, and the guy's caught one pack. It was his first or second touchdown of the year. Drink for me. I can't wait to go out later. I can't. It's just, when it rains, it pours, as the old cliche says, and it was with this team. It was. Even on the touchdown, Reagor was half-assing that route. Absolutely. And Jalen Hurts threw it into 3 defenders, man. 3. Look, again, and I know my boy Kent Robinson is going to be like, oh, I told you you'd be done with Jalen Hurts by now. It's not the fact that I'm done with Jalen Hurts. It's the fact that I want to see how another quarterback plays in the system because obviously Joe Flacco is probably going to get his ass whooped in here. Let's see what Gardner Minshew has. Let's see if it's the system or if it's the quarterback. Because it's probably a little bit of both here, but on the bright side, if the Eagles just lose every game from now on, they're going to have a really high draft pick and the Dolphins suck. So they got their draft pick too, but it sucks as a fan to watch this week in and week out. And again, I feel for the people that flew over there and really took over that stadium. And again, the Raiders are one of, there's the Cowboys for me, obviously, that I hate. A little distracted right now. It's the Cowboys for me, and the Raiders. I've always not liked the Raiders. It's just I don't know. Maybe it goes back to that first Super Bowl. I wasn't alive for that. Maybe it goes back to them, but it's just it's frustrating to lose to a team like that, like a team that they should have beat. It's just horrible. And again, I just feel for fans. And again, I'm trying to look up stats. I don't know why, because it doesn't matter. It really doesn't. But Derek Carr, again, this guy is not Joe Montana. 31 for 34. One of the incompletions was that weird interception to Devontae Maddox. 31 for 34. 323 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. Quarterback rating of 113.6. Just let me say that again. 31 for 34. That's ridiculous. That is ridiculous. And it's not that the Eagles have bad corners. I like Darius Slice. Stevie Nelson gave up. Look at that arm. Wow, look, that's pretty. Look at that. 31 for 34 is insane. It's just it's outrageous. And again, and please tell me if I'm wrong, but I don't remember seeing a blitz or anything creative or anything different all game long. Not at all. It was the same shit over and over and over and over and over again. That just killed the Eagles. And I get to throw my hands up. Like, am I going to watch next week? I don't know. Yeah, probably. TJ says, dude, Aaron Rodgers would struggle in this offense. I think he would fare a little bit better because Jalen Hurts misses some really easy throws. But yeah, he would. They might have a couple more wins if Aaron was there. The only difference Aaron would not allow Sirianni to dictate. Exactly. Guys like Aaron Rodgers, guys like Tom Brady, they're coaching their coach. The coach is not coaching them. We've got another comment here. You can't see a consistency on this team. They play awesome 1 week and crap the next. Well, listen, buddy, I don't remember the last time they played awesome, man. The consistency, I think, is that they're bad. Their best game was against the Falcons week 1. Carolina lost to the friggin' Giants today. Again, shout out to Nicole, the Giants fan, but they lost to the Giants today, and the Giants are horrible. So what does it say about Carolina? And what does it say about the Eagles who beat Carolina? It's just they're a bad team. The Eagles are a bad team. And again, I'm cool with, I understand it's rebuilding. I'm sitting here bitching about a team that's rebuilding, but I feel like if certain things were done, that this team could be better. Yes, the linebackers are weak. They're bad. So why do the 2 safety defense? Why do that basic prevent defense? We're going to let teams go 99 yards down the field. Like, why? What's the point? Your linebackers are bad. They're all bad. There's not one good. Nigel Bradham, I would rather have on this team, who beats up Cabana boys in Florida. It's just they're just so friggin' bad. By the way, Zach Ertz 47-yard touchdown reception with the Cardinals today, man. Like, imagine how happy he is. Imagine how happy Zach Ertz is to actually be on a team that's well coached, that has talent, and that is undefeated. I mean, good for Zach. We got my man Slow Mo Ewing. Defense is absolutely terrible. What the fuck? Yeah, they're bad. Like I said, I remember the Bradley Fletcher days, the Kerry Williams days, Buddy Davis. Like, this is a bad defense. This might be the worst Eagles defense I can remember. Like, they're bad. They're just bad. Fletcher Cox, he's done. He's done. I'm sorry. I love Fletcher Cox. One of my favorite guys. But he's done. Did he have a stat today? Can somebody tell me? Did he have a tackle? Because he's not getting sacks. And I don't want to hear this bullshit where he's double teamed, because there are other guys on other teams that are double teamed and they're still getting to the quarterback. But he's not there. He's invisible. And the Eagles keep kicking his contract down the line, so they can't trade him. What the hell happened to Josh Sweat? I think he got his hand on one of those passes. One of the three that was incomplete. I mean, it's just again like what's the point here with this defensive line? Milton Williams, he sucks. This is the guy that got drafted, and Howie Roseman went to high five the one scout, and the one scout basically said, "I don't think so because this guy's not good," and he was right. Derek Barnett is just. I mean, what is Derek Barnett? Did he have any penalties this game? Like, he doesn't do anything for this team either. Josh Jacobs, he overshot Josh Jacobs on a touchdown. I mean, it's just. Well, look, I will never say this. Linebacking core makes me miss Nate Gary. No way in hell. I would look. Last year I was ready to fight Nate Gary. Like, I don't give a shit about Nate Gary. It's wow. I am very easily distracted at this point with some of the text messages that I'm getting that I cannot show you guys, but take a minute here. It's a good one. Baby girl, that's a good one. That is a good one. So, Slow-Mo says, as soon as Sanders went down, Hurts is running for his life. Yeah, and I don't know. I think that might have been that way for the entire game, to be honest with you. I don't think. I mean, it might. If Miles Sanders is in this game, I don't know if, because he was in that second series when they just decided after the first series, okay, we were running and we were doing great, not to do that anymore. But yeah, Jalen was running for his life the entire game, absolutely running for his life. It's what I want to do. I want to run for my life away from this football team. I got into this fandom from my father, and that manifested into just being a youth and going to the games and enjoying the tailgates and everything that it was about being an Eagles fan, rough and tough. But I often wonder, like, why couldn't my father have been, like, I don't know, Steelers fan where they got 7 Super Bowls? Like, I mean, he had to be an Eagles fan. So here I am. And it's just, we get no breaks here, guys. We get no breaks here. As Eagles fans, and I felt like I had to do this live because such pent up aggression in me today. Like my veins are just full of rage. These nothing but rage in them. And I don't know. I can't. I'm gonna watch. I'm about to go somewhere and watch Carson Wentz face the 49ers, and I'm sure he's gonna look awesome because he did the past 2 weeks. And again, it's just another mistake by Philadelphia. I mean, say what you will about the guy. He's looked pretty freaking good the past couple weeks, man. And I know it was against the Texans last week, but the ball placement was good against the Ravens. He had 400 yards. I mean, and again, coaching, guys that run the football, guys that pick good talent. Yes, we have 3 first-round picks next year. But who's picking these picks? Howie Roseman. The same guy that put us in this situation now. The Eagles GM has to leave now. If I'm Jeffrey Lurie, I'm firing Howie and I'm firing Nick Sirianni after this because this is just bad. Bad football. And the crazy thing is, this weekend for me, it was off to an awesome start. Had a great night last night. Great morning. And then it's just one thing after another, and that's how it is for us as Eagle fans. That's what we got here. I see some people have joined. Look, guys, it's just the rant today. It was needed. I feel a little bit better. Eagles lose a tough one to just, again, of all teams, it just had to be the Raiders, right? It's like God is looking down on me, and it's just like, how about this joke? Here's another one. What are you going to do? The Raiders, they're going to beat your team. Of course it would be. I'm looking at you. Yes, of course it would be the Raiders won that. Oh, man. Maybe it's the devil tempting me. I don't know. But here we are no matter what. Look, as far as the channel, guys, it is extremely hard to talk Eagles now. Obviously, this week, when you're used to getting 4 or 5 videos, it's 1 or 2. myself and Zach Connor doing more Sopran Bros stuff. More movie trailer reactions, more music reactions are coming up. And yeah, it's tough. Let's see. We got some more comments here. Bad part is, do you think any quarterback can be successful with this play calling? Probably not. Probably not. I mean, you're asking a quarterback to go back 40 times. You're asking him to throw the ball all the time. It's just a recipe for disaster. Carson just was not built for Philly. Ben Simmons status, man. Look, the Sixers are playing. I'm probably going to watch them too in a little bit at my favorite little sports place. But I don't even want to talk about Ben Simmons. I think that Carson he wasn't a Philly guy, but at the same time, it was like when you really think about what was put around him, even last year, it's just I'm not sticking up for the dude. I'm not saying I like the guy, but they didn't make it easy on him at all. At all. Can you say here, when is your next fight? So I've got November 6th. It's a double shot. It is New Jersey for ECWA and then Delaware for 1CW. And then the next week I'll be in Glassboro, New Jersey for TWA. So, 3 big weeks for me coming up as far as wrestling goes. And I'm looking forward to it because, again, I have such a release that I need to get a oh, that doesn't sound right. I have a lot of aggression and anger that need to come out of my body. It still doesn't sound right. I don't know how to make that sound right. If we give the Lions their first win, someone should be fired and not the water boy. Look, buckle up. Buckle up. Because it might happen. It might happen. The Lions might get their first win against his Eagles team. It just look, Deuce Staley, the whole thing, it might happen next week. We'll see. I'll try to be there. Yeah, man, definitely. If you can be there, that'd be great. Anybody watching, man, come out. ECWA, 1CW. Just some great product out there as far as professional wrestling goes. And look, this is one of the most special times in professional wrestling, as AEW has really made it interesting in the wrestling industry. A lot more interesting than this Philadelphia Eagles team that again, in a season where there's no expectations, they have absolutely I feel like it's a slap in the face to fans, the product they're putting out there. I just do. And again, against the Raiders, man, like it's the Raiders. It's Derek Carr. It was just watching this was like, I'd rather be like pulling the nails off my fingers or skinning myself. Like, that's how painful this shit was. I'm going to need something a lot stronger than this. I don't know. What do you guys think? What is your drink of choice during these bad losses? What are we doing? Tequila, whiskey? What's going on? Jake Rubin says he feels bad for Jalen in a way. Constant pressure, no time, better play calling. Yeah, and look, and I try to. The thing with Jalen Hurts is this is his 11th start. Like, some guys look at Josh Allen. It took him how long to get where he is. So it's hard to just cut Jalen off because, again, the play calling's bad. The offensive line, 18 different formations since 2020. It's all bad for him. But again, there's just some plays that he makes and throws that he makes, and I'm like, man, that's bad. Like, I don't know how many NFL quarterbacks would make some of the throws that he is. But let's think of some positives before I jump off here. Because like I said, I need something a lot stronger than Truly for today. Wow, slow-mo. This is what I'm talking about. Knob Creek 9, 100 proof. Okay. That might be my first order tonight. And then we got Whiskey Straight. Whiskey Straight. Nicole likes that. I know she likes that. Whiskey Straight. Absolutely. That will be order number 2. Because it's a Whiskey Straight Knob Creek type of day, type of night. Absolutely. Jake Rubinson away for once, though. Howie did well in getting a strap. Yeah, he did. Howie, yes. We have some great draft picks coming up. But Howie's the one that's got to pick them. That's the worst thing to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, that is like giving, oh man, how can I say this without getting canceled? It's like giving an idiot $100 and telling him to go grocery shopping and expecting him to come back with good food. Like, you're going to come back with $100 worth of Snickers bars, right? Like, that's what I feel like. Hashtag $100 worth of Snickers, a 151. I'm down with that too. Absolutely. I think I got that some in the bar up there. Shots are going to be needed. Yeah, it's and then tomorrow's going to be a struggle waking up and going to the gym. But I guarantee you, waking up hungover and getting a workout in, I'll feel better than watching what I just did. Just absolute. And my dad had to sit here and deal with it too. I mean, I'm looking at him like, you did this. You're the one that you're the reason why I'm an Eagles fan. It's you. There was 32 other teams you could have picked. You picked these guys. Oh, Jameson, yeah, man, absolutely. You know that. Cheers to that. Jameson goes down so smooth, absolutely, and that's probably the best part of Lincoln Financial Field right now. Is that Jameson bar there? And there's a reason why the Jameson bar is at Lincoln Financial Field, because during losses like this, you can just go over to the Jameson bar and you can buy a shot of Jameson for $55 because they're going to overcharge you. And again, it's still better than watching what's on the field right now. Howie Picking is like getting change back from a crackhead. You ain't getting change back from a crackhead, brother. At least not around here. You're not. Yeah, I definitely say hi to Pops for you. He just rolled. Yeah, he was done at 0. Yeah, and again, 2017, it was a year like most fans of teams don't get to have that, right? Like, they don't get to, like, 2017 was a year. It was just a storybook year for us. The way everything went down, backup quarterback winning the Super Bowl, team of underdogs coming back. And I'll never forget that. And I appreciate being an Eagles fan for that. But for games like today, it's bad. $48 for 2 shots. Okay, you're right. She's right. It's $48 for 2 shots. Still, $48 for 2 shots. That T-shirt better come with that. $48 for 2 shots. It's still a lot. They get you at the stadium, man. And the thing is, and maybe Jeffrey Lurie is a genius. Maybe the team is so bad so they can overcharge for liquor at the games, and they know that you'll pay for it because you need it to get through it. That's actually not a bad marketing idea by Jeffrey Lurie, and his team. So, man, it's just one of those days. $48 for 2 shots of James.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Had to get Joe in there. He deserves to be on this after today. I'm trying to get through one more can of Truly, and then I'm going to call it a night here on Eagles News Now, as I am absolutely fed up with this football team. Those of you that are just joining, I just ranted and raved about this football team that, again, goes into Las Vegas, and maybe they spent a little bit too much time on the casino last night. Maybe that was what the deal was. Maybe that's why this head coach he's a rookie head coach. I get it. He's never called plays in his life. He looks like a deer in headlights out there. Absolute deer in headlights. Shane Steichen is the offensive coordinator. This guy, look, you call plays for Justin Herbert last year. What the is happening with this football team? Like, Jalen Hurts he was fumbling some of the handoffs from Jason Kelce. Not handoffs, but you know what I mean. And I just keep looking at my dad like, I'm not even going to say how can this get worse, because it just keeps getting worse. It just keeps getting worse. Jason Kelce loses his helmet, gets a penalty. Like, it was a absolute joke of a game against the Raiders. Of all teams, the Raiders. I'm looking at you. Of all teams, the Raiders. Why? Why does this happen to me? Why? Of all teams that they can lose to. Why would it be the Raiders? I'd rather have them lose to the Cowboys 3 more times than the Raiders. And we know why. We know why. Right? We know why. Talking to you. Looking right at you. But it happened. It happened today. It happened. I would have paid $148 for 2 shots. The penalty against Kelsey, yeah, that was stupid. They called they said he took off his helmet and he didn't. It got knocked off. These officials are so stupid. The Kenny Gainwell fumble, it was bad, but it was not a fun. His knee was down. His knee was down. I saw it. You saw it. Everybody saw it. They still called it a fumble, and that probably changed the game. But again, I even with that call, I don't think the Eagles win this football game. I just don't. It just wasn't. It wasn't set in the stars to happen. Yeah, the helmet came off on the play, and he was upset and frustrated. Of course he is. This is a veteran. Him and Lane Johnson, they're veterans. They've seen everything. They saw the Super Bowl. They've seen championship football teams. And now you're on a team, and it's coach, and this is probably Kelsey's last year, let's be honest. And your coach is not putting you in situations to succeed. I think we can all kind of like feel like Jason Kelsey is, because sometimes when you're at work, you're not put in positions where your boss will put you in the absolute worst position, not a position to succeed, but you have to do it because it's what your boss says to do, even though you know it's the wrong way. And that's what's happening with this team, is they're being put in positions not to succeed, and the frustration's coming out. Eagles always play again 2 teams at one ref. Yeah, it seems like that, but the refs are bad. I've watched some games where the refs are just bad. Just because, look, when your favorite referee Johnny Brown is reffing the Eagles game, when the football season's over, he's not a referee anymore, and he's working a regular job. And that's why that these guys are so bad at what they do, is because they're not dedicated to what they do, because they can't be, because it's not a 365 type of job. So, I mean, that's why you get what you get out there. And there's going to be a time, and it's probably going to come in the next 5 or 6 years, where you're going to have robots based. Yes. And I'm not drunk. I mean it. Robots are going to officiate these games, because it's, we've seen it in baseball. We've heard about robot umpires, telling you if it's a ball or a strike. But this one's going to be, I mean, there's so much money on these games. There's so much. Again, imagine the guy that goes to Vegas to watch the Eagles. And again, it's Vegas, so he's having a good time. I get it. It's not like he got nothing out of it. But and trust me, Atlantic City's charging $500 a room. So I can imagine what Vegas is charging right now. We know about that, right? We went there. But it's just to have these officials make these calls that are, that are basically some of these calls can have something to do with the end result of the game. It's just insane to me. It's just, but you know what I want to talk about? What I think, and again, guys, I'm trying to get through another can and then we're done. What I think was the turning point of this game, and the Eagles actually scored after this. So you're going to be like, what do you mean? It is, actually, I don't know if did they score after this. So the Eagles have, a third down. There's a third down play with the Raiders early in the game, first quarter. The Raiders do not convert the down. It will be 4th and 3. There's a holding penalty on the Raiders. So the official goes, holding offense number 68. That penalty is declined. It's 4th down. Now he says this because that is what 10 out of fucking 10, actually 9 out of 10 coaches would do. You're gonna make the team punt the ball on 4th down, right? 4th and 3 for first quarter. Not Nick Sirianni. Nick Sirianni tells the official, no, we want to accept that penalty. Let's push them back. I look at my father at that time and I go, you got to be kidding me. It's 4th down. It's 4th down. The vein. 4th down. Why would you give this team an extra shot? Why? I've read this script before, Eagle fans. I've read it. I know what's going to happen. I said they're going to convert for the first down. And what happened? Oh, a big 43-yard pass to Henry Ruggs from Derek Carr. First down. Luckily, Derek Carr, one of his 3 incompletions was an interception. That was after that. But I could not believe it. On what earth does this coach live on where you're going to give this team an extra shot? Like, why? Like, what are you gaining? 10 yards? Are you freaking kidding me? Frigging. I've said fuck 18 times on this thing. Are you fucking kidding me? It just doesn't make sense to me. I don't understand. I don't understand. Help me understand. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. Because it doesn't make sense to me. And right there, I knew. I had this feeling in my stomach. Shit is going to go bad. Shit is going to go bad. Speaking of going bad, I'm going to need some money for the bar later. Hit me up with these super chats. Let them come through. I've cussed 38 times on this, so it will not be monetized. And I cussed a whole lot more than that during this game. You know, I like 4 o'clock games because I don't have to get in drinking mode like so early. You know what I mean? Because I always gets me tired. I'm struggling to stay awake for the entire night, but it is what it is. You know what? You might not. The super chat might be down because of all the cussing in this thing. It might be. You might not be able to. But either way, I know the love is there, man. I appreciate it. I know the love is there. Hard one, 33-22. Giants win. Washington loses to Green Bay as expected. What other big games today did you guys see that was bad? I guess if you're a Chiefs fan, you're probably kind of getting a little nervous, right? Oh, that's another thing. My $250 buy-in, my $250 buy-in fantasy football league at Pat Mahomes and Tyreek Hill, and they put up a goose egg, right? Three points. Was it 25-3? The Patriots put up 54 points today? Holy shit. Dude, you're good, man. I appreciate it. You're good. And hopefully I'll have some merchandise coming up on these next couple shows. Some t-shirts, maybe some slam buddies that you can beat up during these football games coming up here. I really got to get on that. I appreciate everybody watching. I see, is everybody still watching me here? We are now on 2. Just on this live stream, we're 3 cans of Truly in. And again, there's probably, I don't know, I probably drank 6 or 7 of these during the game. But, yeah. Daughter's birthday is next week. Looking forward to that. She will be 12 years old. She is an Eagles fan. I feel so bad that I put my kids in this situation. I feel so bad. And they don't know how bad it is. That's the crazy thing. They don't know how bad it is because they won. So they're 10. I got a 10-year-old son and a 12-year-old daughter. And so let's see. They were very young when the Eagles won the Super Bowl. So unlike me, you know, I'm a young guy. I'm a young fellow. I'm obviously, you can tell. But I went through seasons and seasons and seasons of bad, heartbreaking football. They haven't had to go through that yet, so they don't know how bad it is. But I look at them and I'm like, what if my daughter came home from the hospital when she was a baby in an Eagles, little cheerleading outfit, and I'm like, fuck, why am I doing this to these kids? Fletcher said he doesn't get paid to play the screen, just sack the QB. Yo, well, listen, Fletcher, you're not sacking the quarterback either, brother. I love that comment, but you are not sacking the quarterback either. And I get it. I get it, right? But you're not putting any stats up. If Fletcher Cox was my boy, I hate talking shit about Fletcher Cox, but come on, man. If you're gonna say that, make sure you got some stats that say you're sacking the quarterback. What's he got? 2, 1 on the season? Come on, Fletch. Oh, I bet Seth did. Seth Joyner, I'll tell you this. Seth Joyner is one of my favorite guys. I've got a video with him somewhere on here. He's, first off, you talk about linebackers. Seth Joyner would eat motherfuckers' lunch on the field. Seth Joyner was one of my, look, this is one of the guys that made me an Eagles fan too. I remember my dad taking me to Veterans Stadium. Eagles, Cardinals, goal line stand. Seth Joyner was the man. Seth Joyner is one of those guys. There's a freaking bug around here. Yep, I'm reading your text, girl. I'm reading them, and I'm laughing. But Seth Joyner was a monster among men, and he tells it like it is. And this is a guy, and again, there's different things that go into coaching. Just because you could talk a good game and you're a good player doesn't mean you could be a good coach. But man, can you imagine this guy as our defensive coordinator? Because I was reading his tweets during the game, and he doesn't give a shit. Like he like you said, he tells it how it is. I guarantee you, I could just imagine what he said about Fletcher Cox. And I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to pull up some of Fletch's stuff, or not Fletch, Seth's stuff right here. So he says this. Let's go through some. Oh, here we go. He said defensive court. Yes, I'm getting to, yes, Trexler. Absolutely. I'm going to get to that. This is the part of the show I'm going to read Seth Joyner tweets. Here we go. You know what? Let's start with, this sounds like a good one to start. Okay. Let's go back to 4 hours ago from Seth Joyner. And this isn't going to come up on the screen because I don't got it set to that yet because I'm lazy right now because I'm drinking. This is pineapple truly. It tastes like armpit sweat. Ugh. I'm a freaky guy, but armpit sweat can't. All right. Seth Joyner 4 hours ago says opening drive, 5 runs, 3 passes, multiple tight ends in formation, 67 yards and a touchdown! Exclamation. Where has this diversity and creativity been through 6 games? Well, Seth, oh man, if you only knew what was coming. Through an hour later, he says in all caps, and I guess I'm going to scream into the microphone here, I cannot believe hashtag Nick Sirianni took that penalty. They were going to punt. Jeez. Sure, he wanted to say some other words there. Also, he says just a couple minutes later, with all the success, the Eagles had the first series running the ball and being balanced. They come back the second series and revert with 6 passes and 1 run. Mind-blowing emoji. Insert mind-blowing emoji. Insert mind-blowing emoji. I'm doing that because I'm using this clip for something later. Make them stop what you had success with. Hashtag ridiculous. Now he's getting pretty pissed off. Minutes later from that, he says, when the Eagles get into their 5-man front, there's never, ever a reason for the edge guy to lose contain. Ever. Barnett lets Jacobs score on a play that should have been a loss. Avery wrong foot up, gets outflanked on the opposite side earlier. Hashtag unsound defense, shaking my damn head. Shaking my damn head. He's getting fired up. He's getting fed up. Nope, wait. He's getting fed up. Right there. That's what he's getting. Half hour later, 20 minutes later, he says, ridiculous. Gainwell is an edge runner. Why keep giving him inside runs? Boston Scott is a much better inside runner. Hashtag know your personnel. That's after the fumble, I believe. And then one of my favorite Seth Joyner tweets right now is Gannon's passive mindset is killing this defense. If you're predictable in your play calling versus a veteran QB, he's going to go 21 for 23, 215, and a touchdown. 17-7 at the half. Fletcher or Seth Joyner, it's going to get worse. And here was Fleth. I said Fleth. I combined Fletcher and Seth. Maybe it's time to stop. Fleth. Okay, last Seth Joyner tweet. Watching this team is unbearable. Yeah, okay. The coaching is ridiculously elementary. The players are ill-prepared, inept, and show zero signs of growth. I'm shutting it down, tweeps. I can't anymore. Peace, peace, and peace. 3 of them. Peace, peace, and peace. Says it all from one of the greats right there. I mean, he's basically every Eagles fan. Every Eagles fan. Shout out to my boy E-Rock in Vegas right now. E-Rock. Oh, man. I mean, I feel for you, brother. I'm sure the weekend was awesome, but yeah, what a game, guys. We're playing. There you go. You should get that now. The Raiders. They lost to the Raiders. You know what that means. But yeah. Thanks again, everybody, for watching right now. I'm still hanging with you. I'm hanging tough. Hanging tough is what I'm doing. Right? Little New Kids on the Block action. Hanging tough. Again, the entire I bet you the New Kids on the Block could have stopped the Eagles today. Because it was just that bad. Can't even tell you any of the Raiders quarterbacks. Yeah. They sure the hell and man, Jalen Hurts, guys. Why does it take 3 quarters to get Quez Watkins involved? Why? He's one of the fastest wide receivers in the league. Stop it. So next week at Detroit, the pain train goes on. Pain train. It's a good Zach, write that down. That is a t-shirt. All aboard the pain train. Because that is what is going to happen next week. And that's going to be a painful loss to the Detroit Lions if that happens. Again, this was a tough one for me against the Raiders. I just hate the Raiders. I just hate the Raiders. Do not like a hell of a stadium that the Eagle fans took over for what? For what? There he is. Hold on. Oh. 12 passing touchdowns last 4 games against our D. 19 total. Yeah, it's what gets me is just the lack of creativity on the defensive side. Like, is this recent? This is not. If I could show you guys, like somebody is distracting me. If I could show you what I'm getting here. Unbelievable. But, and I don't even remember what I was saying. We were talking about defense. Lack of creativity. Yeah, Derek Carr. If a guy is picking away your defense like he was, like, it's like if somebody's punching you in the face, right? If somebody is punching you in the face, eventually you're going to do this because you don't want to get hit in the face anymore. Or you're going to run, or you're going to do something different. Jonathan Gannon didn't do anything different the entire game. To me, this is where you miss guys like Malcolm Jenkins, man. Like, I mean, we all remember, I think it was 2019 when Malcolm Jenkins eventually told Jim Schwartz, like, look, man, we got to do some different things because these that was when the secondary was hurt and he had like rookies at second. And he's like, these guys they just, all the stuff you're doing, they don't understand. And that's when you miss a leader like that. Like, somebody's got to look at Jonathan Gannon. Somebody from that defense has got to go up to Jonathan Gannon and go, dude, the shit you're calling is not working and it's making us look stupid and it's making the team lose games that they should win. I said in my preview video, check it out, please. Need some views. Check out the preview video. I said, when the Eagles are facing good teams, they look bad. When they're facing bad teams, they look good. The Raiders are the middle of the pack team. How are they going to look? Well, apparently, they look really fucking bad. Somebody's going to do something about that. There's no leaders to rally the troops anymore. And look, I think Brandon Graham was like the last of those, right? And of course, he got hurt and he can't be there on the sideline and everything. And you're right. There's just Rodney McLeod. I know you used to be. I don't know what it is like now, a leader there. But yeah, they just don't have any veteran leadership that can really, and they should. Like Fletcher Cox should be that guy. He should be that guy to talk to Jonathan Gannon and go, dude, what the fuck? Like, what is going on here? At the same time, that front five or front four of the Philadelphia Eagles should be able to beat a bad offensive, a bad offensive team or offensive line. Monica says she loves the shirt. Did you read the shirt? Because this is the mood for today. Oh, wait. It says I'm dead inside. I know the camera's like all. I just pissed the camera off now. That's why it's blurry. It's like, how dare you get up so fast? Like I was focused on you. How dare you move around? It's probably going to take a minute for me to get focused again. Finger. There we go. There he is. And you agree with me. Great. But yeah, it says I'm dead inside. Yes, absolutely. Because as an Eagles fan, I think that's what we all are, right? We're all kind of dead inside. We watch his team and we just die slowly. He literally said it's not his job to go to coach in his interview, just to play what he calls. Yeah, Fletch is done, man. Fletch wants out too. You see what Zach Ertz is now in Arizona. Like Fletch is done. He doesn't. He just there's no fire there with him. There's not, and it sucks. It really sucks because he's one of it's one of those guys from the Super Bowl run. You know, Fletcher Cox is one of those guys that man, like Aaron Donald, I was like, I was one of those guys, and I'm a homer, so of course. But I was one of those guys that was like, Fletcher Cox, he's better than Aaron Donald. He's underrated. He's better than Aaron Donald. He's the best tackle in the league, the best DT in the league. And the past 2 years, what has Fletcher Cox done for this team? I mean, not much. And again, Aaron Donald's double teamed all the time. He keeps his production up. Javon Hargrave getting first off, this is another thing that pisses me off. Like, I watched probably 6 or 7 times this guy's held, and it never gets called. But Javon Hargrave is busting his ass. He was one of the reasons why that interception was thrown. And it's you got Fletcher Cox over here who should be the leader. Look at this. Sorry, guys. Again, it's a truly talking. It's a truly flexing. But Fletcher Cox is just one of these guys that you just expect to be good. And I think because of his name, because he's got that name, he's from that Super Bowl team. We kind of give him a pass, and it's time that we say no. Fuck that. He's got about. I mean, you bring Ryan Kerrigan in here, who's done squat too. So wow. Again, these texts are insane. Oh my God. Just an ugly loss, guys. It's again, this is therapeutic for me. I hope it's just therapeutic for you. I'm staying on because there's still a decent amount of people watching. But again, I can't. Today, the villain of the story is Jonathan Gannon. I think he's a coward. For those of you just watching, the fact that you don't change anything, that you don't blitz. You go back in the archives. I did a dance when Jim Schwartz said he wasn't coming back. I was so happy. I hated Jim Schwartz because he was so passive and he didn't blitz and he played that zone all the time where he gave so much space to the wide receiver. And it was like he was playing prevent defense all the time. And now we got a guy that is Jim Schwartz Jr. because he does the same shit. He doesn't blitz. He doesn't, he gives so much space. I'm telling my dad, I'm like, look at the space between the corner and the wide receiver. There's so much, and it hurts on run plays because your corner is fucking so far down the field already. He doesn't change. Like you would think at the half, you'd be like, you know what? I'm gonna start calling some blitzes. Like we're gonna make Derek Carr uncomfortable. Like we're gonna do some different things to get this started, and he just never did. I guarantee you that the offense of the Raiders knew what the Eagles defense was gonna do, and vice versa. Vice versa. I'm sure the Raiders defense knew exactly what the Eagles offense was going to do. But there were times where it felt like it was 10 minutes before the Eagles even got the football, because was there even a 3-and-out in this game by the Eagles defense? Somebody, please tell me in the comments. Did I miss it? Was there a 3-and-out? I don't think so. Oh my God. We're talking about, I just wanted a 3-and-out. That's all I wanted. This is where we are. The linebackers, horrible. Alex Singleton. TJ Edwards, bad. Davion Taylor, bad. Eric Wilson, bad. There's not one good linebacker, but you run a too high safety. Chris says, I'm 35. Me too. 35 Eagles fan all my life. This is the worst I've seen the Eagles in a long time. I don't get excited. I don't hardly want to watch. So I was like that last year in 2020. And even my dad was like, look, man, like you're not even the same guy while you're watching this team anymore. Like I used to get crazy and get excited. And today, when the Eagles started running the ball and they had that first drive, I was so excited. I'm yelling, I'm hollering, I was yelling at the defense. Like I was ready, man. I was back. I was back, baby. I was back. Here we go. The day is going to turn around because the Eagles are doing good. They're going to beat this stupid Vegas Raiders team. Stupid. You're a criminal. You're stupid if you like the Raiders. Hot take. Boom. Yeah, I said it. You got to be in jail to like the Raiders. Anyway, and then they do what they do, and they eagle. That's what they do. Great little icon there, Chris. By the way, this defense is so walk in the park for any decent QB. Yeah, don't show any looks. These quarterbacks, Drexler, these quarterbacks have got to be licking their chops when they see the Eagles that they're playing the Eagles defense. They've got to be. Like if you're a hurt quarterback, you're like, you know what? Let me get this fucking back right. It's the Eagles. I'm ready. I'm ready to play. Let's go. Let's dance. Let's play the Eagles. Because I can't wait to throw for 400 against this team. We need a fire sale. Cox, Barnett, Slay, Nelson, Brooks, Johnson, etc. for 2022 draft capital to replace them for remaining of the year, practice squad players, and current free agents. So, while I agree with this, I really agree with this comment. I have to say, though, look at who. Okay, if we get all of these, like let's say we get a bunch of draft picks for all these guys, right? Really good draft picks. Look at who is picking the draft picks. I have no trust in Howie Roseman. I have none. He already messed up the Cox contract. Cox's contract, he's untradeable, man. Like they keep throwing that can down. What they say, kicking the can down the alley or whatever. Like extending him. Like it's almost. And who wants him? Who will want Fletcher Cox right now? Same with Derek Barnett, and he's a free agent, so he won't be back. Darius Slay is playing great. You could probably get something for Darius Slay. Stevie Nelson is I mean, we saw that play against Henry Ruggs earlier that he gave up. Brandon Brooks, again, this is a guy that's injured every year. I don't think you get anything from him. Lane Johnson, you could probably get something for him because he's still decent. But again, if they get this 2022 draft capital, which they already have a lot, who's picking it? It's going to be Howie Roseman, the same guy that picked Jalen Reagor, the same guy that picked JJ, by God, Arcega-Whiteside. And here we go. Here we are. This is where we're at right now. Could you imagine if those picks would have panned out? If he would have picked the right guys? I mean, he could have picked Terry McLaurin. Like, he could have picked, obviously, Justin Jefferson. Like, there were so many guys that you could have picked. He probably could have got just Christian McCaffrey the year before. There's so many guys. We look at CeeDee Lamb in Dallas, who just looks like an absolute fucking superstar. That all you had to do is trade ahead of Dallas to get him. That's all you had to do. That's all you had to do. Don't hit that mute button. You listen. That's all you had to do. CeeDee Lamb could be a Philadelphia effing Eagle right now. A Philadelphia fucking Eagle right now. But he didn't do it. Instead, J.J. Arcega-Whiteside's okay. Jalen Reagor, because Monte Reagor played for this team 13 years ago. Come on, give me a break. This has been the executive front office's plan. Need 2 first-round picks. Yeah, again, brother. Listen, do you trust him? Do you trust? Devontae Smith looks like the real deal. That catch with the toe drag was great. He looks like the real deal. I'm sure he's suffering from the play calling and the quarterback. But come on, man. I don't trust Howie Roseman for this shit. Especially defensive players. Marcus Smith, remember this? Remember him? When did this get Howie out the door? Look, guys like Michael Myers always comes back. You got that shit right. Yes. There's got to be a point where Jeffrey Lurie's like, yeah, I've had enough. I've had enough. There's got to be a point where he's like that. It's got to be. Oh man, Trexler, come on, brother. Only positive today is JJ is hurt. No, I don't want to see anybody get hurt. But yeah, he did get a little banged up today. He is, you know what JJ Arthega-Whiteside is, guys? And it's gonna blow your mind. I'm gonna tell you. JJ Arthega-Whiteside is the equivalent of a fullback as a wide receiver because all he does is block. He's a great blocker. That's all he does. He doesn't catch balls. When's the last time you caught a football? The trivia, guys. Eagles News Now trivia. When is the last time J.J. Arthega-Whiteside caught a football? Look it up. Leave it in the comments. I can't remember. He does a great job blocking, though. Play calling is no good. Hurts takes off so quickly. O-line cannot block. They look bad. Defense just couldn't get it done. And that pick we had was by luck. Philadelphia deserves better. Nick looks defeated. I agree. He looked absolutely like, get me the fuck out of Vegas. Like he is the only male. Nick Sirianni is the only male, female too, for that matter, to say, get me the fuck out of Vegas. Nobody wants to leave Vegas. Nick Sirianni wanted to get the hell out of there as soon as he could. That's how he looked. Get me out of here. Get me out of here. And Hurts, I said to my dad, I pointed out, it was one of the plays, I can't remember. Hurts looked at his first read. First read wasn't there, and he took off so fast. Too much. True, how will be selecting the players, but can't miss on all the picks. Well, maybe. Right. Like, you look at this, and it's like, there's the, what is it? Man, I got a peanut brain right now. I can't think of what I want to say. But basically, there's a theory, like, eventually he's got to pick one, right? Like, it's got to just, what the fuck is it called? Somebody help me. I don't know. But you would think so, but I don't know. We could have had DK Metcalf, Justin Jefferson. Yep, but Howie's Howie, man. I mean, but DK, here's the thing with DK Metcalf. A lot of teams passed on him. A lot. I even said in the video, I was like, look, he doesn't run routes. I said that. Look at his highlights. He just runs straight. You know, he's not a good route runner. But Justin Jefferson, they definitely should have picked over Jalen Reagor. The Minnesota Vikings were so happy. I remember watching the draft room when that selection was made. And if you go back to my draft reaction when the Eagles picked Jalen Reagor over Justin Jefferson, I fucking lost my mind because I couldn't believe it. Let's see. Would you use the Eagles' first 6 picks in next year's draft on defense? So, well, here's the thing. And wow, great, Pasquale. Absolutely awesome questions. So, again, and I think if Jalen Hurts played well, and I knew that Jalen Hurts was the guy, I'm fucking going nuts on defense next year in the draft. Those first 6 picks, it's going to be all defense. My defense is going to be amazing from these draft picks. But it looks like it's not going to be sure if Jalen Hurts is the guy. So when instead of, and this is what sucks about the situation, and again, the season's still young. We're only 7 games in. But let's just say the way it looks, that we don't know if Jalen Hurts is going to be the guy. So instead of using all 6 picks, the first 6 picks, or let's just say those first 3 first-round picks on defense, you're going to have to use them on a quarterback to rather move up to get the first pick to get a quarterback, or to trade for a guy like, I don't want to say his name, it rhymes with Rashawn Totson. That's what it's going to be. So, but if we knew we had a quarterback, then yes, absolutely, because defense needs youth. They need linebackers. They need so much in this draft. And I don't know if it happens, guys. I know I see a lot of people chiming in. Pasquale, no, thank you, dude. Great questions. A lot of people coming into this. And look, I'm powered by Truly right now. We're 4 of these in to this rant that you guys missed already. You're just joining, but I can't. It's hard for me as a lifelong Eagles fan to take this team anymore, to literally dedicate hundreds of thousands of dollars on this team. I was at the Tampa Bay game last week. $48 for 2 shots. I mean, like, what are we talking about here? Like, I'm so excited for every game. Like, I think they still have a chance. That's the crazy thing for me. I go into these games like they could win, even against Tampa Bay. I'm like, they could beat the world champions. They definitely should have beat the Las Vegas Raiders. Again, what do we got here? A team that team doesn't even have a home. Oakland, LA, Las Vegas. Hey, come on, Des Moines, Iowa. Is that the next thing? The Des Moines, Iowa Raiders? Because, like, how could you be like? I know guys that are fans of the team, but it's like, are you really a fan of this team? Like, there's no, like, you don't know where they're going to be in 2 years. Like, get the hell out of here. At least one thing for Eagle fans, like, man, we've been Philly since it was the Eagles. It's been the Philadelphia Eagles. It hasn't been the friggin' Dover, Delaware Eagles. It hasn't been the Newark Eagles. It hasn't been. It's the Philadelphia Eagles. It's always been that way. It always will be that way. And again, Raider fans, good job. You beat a team with a shitty head coach and a defensive coordinator that's an absolute coward. He's an absolute coward. It was like practice out there. To make you feel better. If I would have put on an Oakland Raiders jersey, look, I said Oakland. Oh, we got our first Raiders fan in here. If I would have put on a Las Vegas Raiders jersey, I probably could have ran for 40 yards, and I'm 5'6". Oh, I'm not hating on the Raiders. Good job. You guys absolutely deserve this win. The score was 33-22. It should have been 133-22. And if Derek Carr's returned the interception, it's probably almost 40. I thought they were going to put at least 40 on the Eagles. We got to understand, this Eagles team, Trexler, yes, they manhandled the Eagles all over the field today. The bad Raiders offensive line, because it's all I heard of, was that this Raiders offensive line is bad. The Eagles will be okay because they play well against bad offensive lines. They bullied the Eagles defensive line today. Absolutely bullied them. They said, we're going to show you how to run the football. We're going to take Kenny Drake. That was a Miami Dolphin, and he's going to run it down your throat. Don't know why you guys didn't run the ball. Nobody knows. When Miles Sanders left, Nick Sirianni was like, here's what Nick Sirianni said. You guys tell me to run the football. I'm going to run the football. So he runs it with Miles Sanders. Miles Sanders gets hurt. Nick Sirianni says, you know what, guys? Fuck that. No more running the football. But I'll still humor you and give the running back a couple runs. Gives it to Kenny Gainwell. Kenny Gainwell fumbles. Boy, Nick Sirianni said this running shit is not costing me my job. Let's go back to passing the ball 100% of the time. It's crazy. It's just nuts. But again, congratulations to the Raiders. But again, and AR, I'm very curious. Like, do you live in Vegas or Oakland? Like, is that how you? Or is it like a West Coast thing? Like, if you're on the West Coast, because the West Coast, there's so many teams. Do you get to pick one? I don't know. Oh, here we go. Trexler. Oh, RPO started right back up into that. Absolutely. Those fucking RPOs, boy. Let me tell you something. The RPO. Let's talk about the RPO. Let's talk about the RPO for a minute. The RPO was cool back in 2017. Because it was kind of brand new, right? Nick Foles, because Nick Foles can throw the football. Nick Foles knows, at least when he's wearing an Eagle uniform, he knows where the ball is supposed to be. So the RPO worked because defenses were like, yo, Nick can throw. And it worked. And it was great. And it got the Eagles to a Super Bowl championship. Today in 2021, teams kind of have studied this RPO shit. And you see a guy like Jalen Hurts who, again, is only 11 games in. It doesn't make the best decisions while the RPO is being played. It's not fooling anybody. It's not cool anymore. So stop. Babe, stop. I live in California, but always been a Raider fan. Hate the Chargers, Rams, and 49ers. So, I'm cool with that. You live in Cali, you have the absolute right to choose one of those teams. Unfortunately, being a native of Philly, this is all we got, man. This is what we got. This is all we have. And I think, let me see, if they're from those teams, if I had a choice between the Raiders, Chargers, Rams, 49ers, I'm guessing we're going back a couple decades. I'm guessing, I don't know. Man, I probably would have picked the Niners. I probably would have, because back then, Joe Montana. But the Raider fan base, I'll tell you what, they're very, very loyal. And it's just a shame that they've moved you guys around so much. It's like, oh, Vegas wants a team? Fuck it. The Raiders, come here. You know what I mean? What? It's just nuts. I hate that we play 70% of the plays in the goddamn shotgun. Thank God. I'm glad you reminded me of that. Because look, when I saw Jalen Hurts under center, I said, what the fuck? I backed up like this. Is what I'm seeing for real? He's under center? And of course, that went away real quick. It lasted a series. And they went right back in the shotgun. I hate this. It's high school offense. It's high school offense, Chris. It's high school offense. You go to your local high school football game. That's what they do. This is a high school offense, straight up. Like even the wide receivers, when they catch the ball and run in for a touchdown, they're surprised, like the little kids, like you see in the high school games, and they fucking cheering and shit. Like, that's what the Eagles wide receivers remind me of. It sucks. I think Chargers moving to LA was weird as shit too. It was weird. My buddy, shout out to Bazooka Joe, lives in San Diego, and that whole city. I went there. I was in San Diego in 2016, the end of 2016, and you just saw signs everywhere. Like the city was pissed that the Chargers left. That left there. But California is one of the nicest places I've ever been to. Like even the people were nice, or at least when I went to San Diego. Like I went to a club in San Diego, and again, like you gotta understand, like I'm used to clubs in Jersey or Philly or even a little Delaware. And I accidentally like stepped on I was on the dance floor, and anyone that knows me knows one of my best qualities. I'm a good dancer. So I was getting it in, and I accidentally stepped on somebody's sneaker, right? I look over and I saw it was like an all-white sneaker, and I was like, oh shit, I'm about to fight. Like this is going to be a fight now. So I'm getting ready mentally in my head, like within seconds. And I kind of turn around, my dukes aren't like up, but my dukes are like here. Because I'm ready to bring them up real fast. So you see this? And they go up real quick. And I look over and the guy's like, yo, it's all right, man. You're good. I'm like, what? I just stepped on your fucking Nikes, man. Like, you should want to hit me. Like, this is, but it's so beautiful. Every day in San Diego is beautiful. Like, so why would you be upset, right? And when I got there, I think it rained a day and people lost their fucking minds. Like, they were like, it was January. It was 77 in January. And it rained and people were like, yo, just fucking rain. Like, they were acting like it was going to be a blizzard. I'm walking around like, this ain't shit. Are you kidding me? Fuck. I fucking packed my winter coat. How about that? So that's my little story with the Chargers and San Diego. I just remember them being very, very upset. I'm an Eagles fan. At that point, they ain't won a Super Bowl. So I'm like, LOL, yeah, they call it America's finest city. Is that what they call San Diego? America's finest city? I loved it, man. I really did. I want to go back. And at this point in my life, I might go back tomorrow or the next day. I've been wanting to just get up and move for a long time. But not, just go somewhere, and that would be the place I go to. But it was great. And the other thing is Tijuana is 45 minutes away. TJ, as they call it. You're going to go to TJ tonight? There's a lot of crazy stuff that happened at TJ. Actually, for my wrestling fans out there, I'm close with JJ Dillon, and he told me that back in the day, the wrestlers would take their cars to Tijuana and get, new tires, or if they needed, a new transmission or something like this, they'd bring it to Tijuana because it'd be like nothing. It'd cost them nothing. Back to football. Treckler says Quez got his 2 catches today. Can we use him, please? Look, I've been on the Quez Watkins bandwagon for so long. I did a video here when he first got drafted, and I was like, yo, this guy is legit. Like, he is the real deal. And he showed it today. And or he showed it this year at least. And I wasn't surprised. But what surprises me is how do you not game plan this guy? You know what I mean? Like, how do you not go as an offensive coordinator, okay, I need to make plays to benefit Quez or to benefit Devonta Smith or even Miles Sanders. Like, I don't feel like any of that's being done. Like, they fed us a spoonful of shit, probably a shovel full of shit about, I remember Nick Sirianni said it because we remember Doug Peterson's vanilla offense. Like, we were all fed up with it. And then here comes Nick Sirianni, and he's like, he says, one of the things that my coaching staff is going to do is we're going to play. It's not our system. We are going to put plays in place that bring out the talents that these guys do best. And I'm like, fuck yeah. Hell yeah. Quez Watkins, fast as shit. Got some good hands on him. We're going to see some plays for him. Devontae Smith, oh my God, Heisman winner. Imagine what he can do. Jalen Hurts. Yes, bring the best out of Jalen Hurts. We're going to see Michael Vick 2.0. Michael Vick 2.0 because it was bullshit. It's his system. There's nothing. He's not doing anything these guys do right. You got this offensive line that, again, pieces in and out. Brandon Brooks out. Lane Johnson out. You got Dickerson in there, a rookie. Jack Driscoll, second-year guy. Jordan Mailata. You got. It's easier to run block than it is to pass block. So let me, for the people out there that might just be watching, because I got these and I'm a decent watch. Oh, I'm kidding, guys. What run blocking is you're pushing. Pass blocking, you're trying to hold guys back. So common sense. It's so much easier to run the ball. I watched Derrick Henry, man, and I'm like, oh my God, can you imagine if the Eagles had a guy like Derrick Henry? Nick Sirianni would use him. No, I'm not saying could you imagine because, wow, what a great team this would be. Nick Sirianni would not use Derrick Henry. He'd be throwing screen passes to Derrick friggin' Henry. That's where we are with this coaching staff. Derrick Henry, I was telling my dad today, Derrick Henry has gotten to the point of, if you look at Derrick Henry's highlight reel, he's throwing guys around like the little kids. Like he is like stiff-arming motherfucker. Like he is like to the point now where defenses, they don't want to be a part of Derrick Henry's highlight reel. So I'm not going to be in the place where he is when he goes to run the football. But if he was a Philadelphia Eagle, if Derrick Henry was a Philadelphia Eagle, you ain't seeing none of that. You're not. It's just because we don't run the football. We're going to put guys in. We're going to make sure guys are doing the right things. And that, come on, man. Give me a break. Wow. I'm almost at an hour and a half talking with you guys. Thank you. Almost done here, and then we'll be done. But I see the numbers shoot up. They come down a little bit. They shoot back up. I think a lot of people right now are just upset like me. And this is the therapy that we deal with. This is what we do, man. I can get in here in front of a camera. I'm just a fan. I'm not an analyst. I'm not a reporter. So it works for the team. I can just let it out with you guys. I just let it out. Let it out. It's painful, man. I'm going to, tomorrow I'll go to the gym. I'll wear an Eagles hat. I'll wear a cut up t-shirt. I'm still going to rep my team, and anybody talk shit about my team, and I'm going to be mad. I'll be pissed at them. I'm probably ready to fight. But I can do this. I can talk shit about my own team. This is truly mango. And the weird thing with this one, guys, is this also tastes like armpit sweat. So what's the deal with that? Speaking of armpit sweat, there's just one story I have about Tijuana. No, I'm not going to do that because I will definitely get kicked out of YouTube for that one. But yeah, here we are. Eagles lose 33-22 to the goddamn Oakland Raiders, Las Vegas Raiders. A lot of reasons why I hate that team. Always have. Again, AR, I'm sorry. Any other Raiders fan, I'm sorry. But there's another reason that I hate the Raiders that popped up earlier this year. I'm not going to get into it. Actually, a couple months ago. You know what I'm talking about. Trexler, my man. I know I'm dead inside because I'm no longer screaming at the TV. I was. It was so point. You know what? And I'm wondering this about fans. Am I the only one? So like, you get to a point where you're screaming at the TV, right? And then you're just like kind of numb to it. You're like, look at this shit, and you're just quiet. There was a point where I got to. I was just quiet. I was just looking at TV, just shaking my head, man. Checking out Twitter. Speaking of Twitter, follow me at the Chris Wild. Instagram at the Chris Wild 1, because there's a comedian named Chris Wild who is a constant pain in my ass. Also, follow me on Facebook. Send me a message. Tell me you're an Eagles fan, and I will accept you. Wow, that changes everything. I thought he was a Raiders fan. He's a Chargers fan? Oh my God. Okay, it's not that bad. We just received some breaking information. I thought he was really Chargers. Oh, cool. I think the Eagles could beat the Chargers. Titans look legit. They do. But how not legit do the Kansas City Chiefs look? I think that's the biggest thing, man. And for Raiders fans, like, you guys got a legit shot at taking this division because the Chiefs look like shit. Like, the Eagles they could have beat them if the defense again would have made a couple stops. And Washington kind of could have beat them, and I'm like, and now you saw what happened today. I mean, the Chiefs are just their defense is bad, and Patrick Mahomes is not having a good season. He's not having a good season at all. He's throwing interceptions. I've seen memes saying that he was more Jameis Winston than anything. And again, it's like, it's a wonder if the Chiefs everybody's gonna kill me for saying this, but do they even make the playoffs at this point? All right, so my arch nemesis is a Chargers fan, not a Raiders fan. It makes things a little bit different. There's always, and yeah, I have an arch nemesis that I thought was a Raiders fan, which made this bad, but he's a Chargers fan. So there's always like Superman and Lex Luthor, right? So now you find out Lex Luthor is a team is a fan of another team. So it's like, okay, whatever. Super Bowl hangover. Well, the thing is, dude, they were in the last 2 Super Bowls. So the Chiefs. So I don't know if it's a Super Bowl hangover. It's just, man, I don't know what it is with them. I think their lack of running game hurts the Chiefs, and their defense is bad. And I think their offensive line isn't that great either. I don't know if Eric Fisher is playing yet, but he's, I don't know, not the answer. We all saw the Super Bowl last year where the Chiefs didn't have an offensive line, and Mahomes had to make magician style plays just to get a win. So again, I would love to be a Chiefs fan right now, though, no doubt. But these Eagles got us drinking. I'm gonna try to go to the Chargers game it's home against Philly. Not going to be easy against Justin Herbert. Is it possible? Let me ask you guys this. Is it possible that Jonathan Gannon gets fired? Let's say at the bye or before the bye. I don't think Sirianni will be. A lot of people said, look, Sirianni's going to last. But could Jonathan Gannon possibly get fired? And then if he does, it would have to be somebody on his staff that they bring in. Who would it be? Because again, if you're Jeffrey Lurie and you watch with this defense, it's just like I've seen I would. Oh man, I've seen people's. I don't know. I've seen horror movies that are better, and B movie horror movies too that were better than what I saw from the defense. I'm like Saw came out and there was B movie Saws. That's what I'm talking about here. Well, here's the thing, though, Chris, and you know it, man. I see you in your jersey. I see you because that's me. We will keep going to the games because that's what Eagle fans are. That's what separates Eagle fans from all these other fans from all these other teams. We still support, in spite of the owner, in spite of the coaches. We still put on our fucking jerseys. We tailgate and we go into the stadium and we boo. That's what we do. You're not going to it's not like baseball. It's not like with the Phillies where teams, the Phillies suck. We don't go to the games. Sixers suck. You don't go to the games. But with the Eagles, we still go. That's why we don't like Cowboy fans that, only come out when the Cowboys are doing good or we still go to the games. Look what happened in Vegas today. The Eagles are a 2-4 team and, Eagle fans took over that stadium. Because that's what makes Philly fans different. That's what makes me sit here and I'm like, yes, I'm a fucking Eagles fan. This is what we do. But I just think that Jeffrey Lurie, after the Super Bowl, has a little bit of an ego on him. And eventually he's going to be like, okay, I'm tired of being bottom of the barrel basement team. What the fuck is going on? I was the shit and now I'm not shit. So what do I do? Because we're gonna fill those stadiums, man. It's gonna happen, Chris. We're just going to. That's what we do, man. The Eagles are bad this year. I bought $169 jersey. Still rep the team all the time. Look at that. That vein is green, equal green. It's not gonna stop. That's why I'm an hour and a half into a live stream, talking about the same shit over and over and over again because I care. Because we all care as Eagle fans. Washington, New York, Dallas, teams in our division, they can say what they want about us, but you cannot deny our passion. The Eagle fans are passionate. Chris, guy, early 70s, man. No, does that mean the one good thing about the NFL, Chris? The one good thing about the NFL, which is different from all other sports teams, it is easier to go from bad to good in the NFL. And the Eagles have a shitload of cap space next year. So they're going to be buying a lot of players next year. We do have the draft capital that hopefully law of averages. That's what I was looking for earlier. Law of averages. By law of averages, Howie Roseman's got to get it right at some point. And maybe, Jeffrey Lurie looks at this year and goes, fuck that. I want another general manager in here. We don't know. I agree now. Chargers, gross. You see that? You see this comment? Chargers. That's now the Chargers are my arch nemesis. Yep. And I got a little extra hate for them because they left San Diego, a town that I love. I guess Gannon would rather die a slow death and take chances. And that's the thing, man. Like, and thank you for the compliment. But that's the thing. Like, while I'm watching it, and the Eagles are down now, when they're down a couple scores, I'm like, why still do the too high safety? Like, you're already down. Like, you might as well just take chances because you're getting your ass kicked. Like, that's what irritated me. It was to the point where I was like, you guys are getting your ass kicked. Take a chance. Blitz. Nope. Wouldn't do it. Would just keep letting them drive down the field, take up all sorts of time. It was, I don't know. I think, here's my guess. I don't know what's going to happen the next, 10 weeks of the season, but I think Nick Sirianni's back next year, but there's no fucking way Jonathan Gannon is back. There's no way. If this shit continues, man, there's no way. Again, you're talking about a Raiders team without Darren Waller, probably top 1 or 2 tight end in the league, without Josh Jacobs, who is a very good running back, and he was kicking our ass before he left the game. And here you go. Here you still get annihilated by them. I mean, come on, man. It's crazy. It's like Rocky. We're in Philly. We talk about Rocky. It's like Rocky getting his ass beat by not Apollo Creed, but by like the guy on the undercard. Like, come on. Well, I'm down to this. This last can of Truly is done. It is now 9:00, which means we are well into this game, and I've got to go and catch it, and I'm going to get out of here. But again, guys, thank you guys for watching, sticking with me here tonight. It has been great. One of the best live streams I think I've had. Love the interaction, guys, and hopefully next week is a better week. I do try to keep myself kind of positive and think that there's always light at the end of that tunnel, because if there's not, what are we doing with ourselves? So with that being said, guys, I'm going to check out the Sixers. I'm going to check out Carson Wentz, see how he's doing. And I'm going to put this game in my rear view and try to put this day in my rear view as well by doing what we do as Philly fans, and that's forgetting by liquid diet. With that being said, everyone out there, please stay safe. Oh, the great Tate has joined me. Before I go, Howie and the Analytics are handcuffing Sirianni. I do agree with that as well. This analytics shit is bullshit. I'm sure that it's going into his ear, and he's got to do that. This is a guy that came from a Frank Reich system that was not about that, and this is nothing compared to Frank Reich's system. So, Tate, I do agree with that, brother. But I do have to get out of here. Everybody, check out the Sixers. Why not? F. Ben Simmons. Check out the Sixers. And speaking of the Sixers, I'm just going to leave you with this from last year, and then we're going to get the hell out of here. Everybody stay safe, stay healthy. Go Birds. I'll see you tomorrow. I will see you later.